Gratitude is tough on some days, for sure. And that's sometimes when, you know, nothing, I don't want to encourage anyone to be disingenuous or to not feel what they're feeling. I generally don't do a overview of the news before gratitude because it's difficult. But even if you are overwhelmed, or even if you are feeling overwhelmed with the crap of the world, sometimes the gratitude practice is a really good way to just practice unconditional happiness. Say that even with the suffering, even with the injustice, even with all that is wrong in the world, knowing all of these things that are, all this crap that's there, can I also be grateful for things? Can I be grateful for the ability to think and move my body, the ability to connect and love, the ability to whatever it is. Now, that being said, I encourage everyone to feel what you're feeling, and don't want to push anyone to out of, there's no wrong thoughts and feelings. I'm just going to say, I love you. That this is a place to hold space. This is not a place to pretend that you're happy if you're not. It's not a place to, gratitude is not a denial of reality and focusing on rainbows and puppy dogs. Gratitude can be a place of deep darkness and struggling with reality. It can be a place of grieving, and yet in that grieving finding appreciation. Pierre saying, grateful to see volunteers waiting for Ukrainian refugees at the train station. That's awesome. Good to know that there is nothing all bad or all good, that there is crap or cone and cone. People can be so good. And by being the good and demonstrating the good and role modeling the good, I believe that that is a way of activism. There's also, rage-filled activism, and they both are important. Yoko saying, can't believe we are going backwards. That was a really, I'll be honest that I have not fully recovered from the election night when Trump was elected. I had this naive bubble mentality that, I was in the Burning Man community. I'd witnessed legalization of gay marriage and decriminalization of marijuana, and I just was feeling like I'm living in this community of 10 principles and Burning Man people, and it just felt like the world was evolving. And since whatever that was, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, it's I've had more and more evidence that that's just not the case, or at least that life is world moving in cycles, and that there is some darkness that was deep and embedded in our culture as far as like since systemic racism and these religious conservative aspects and deep, profound income inequality and corruption. It is tough to find the light when there is so much darkness. It is 15 past the hour. It is time. Time for us to have a hug. So wherever you are, give yourself a squeeze and recognize that we have the opportunity to be light, and that we have to have faith in that the world at large has always had darkness. We always have control over our minds, the people we encounter each day, the impact of our circles of influence. And so no matter what, we have the ability to be love ambassadors. No matter what is happening in the world, we have the ability to spread kindness and spread light, and to reach in and to find the best versions of ourselves, and to be an ambassador of that in the world. And the darker the world feels, the harder it can be to be vulnerable and show that light. And that's why we come together, to know that we're not alone, that even when we have a world that might not reflect back to us such beauty and light, that it still matters, that we're still a part of a community of love ambassadors. and love warriors. These are the times when it feels like a warrior. You got to get back up. Get back up. Keep shining. And so let's shine from that place. Let's feel the strength of togetherness. Know that we are contributing our good vibes to this energy that we are now ambassadors of. Not just ourselves, not just the strength that we can summon ourselves, but this collective energy that we find when we come together. So let's take deep breath in, hold, and feel us all connecting and embracing one another in this moment. Squeeze and hold it. And release. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb, all who keep shining and fighting and striving and spreading their goodness, and all of you, thank you for being here for this love morning and Hug Nation Hug. I love you.